What's going on, my friends, family, my fellow gamers? This is your boy Puerto'S 77 coming back at you with another video. Check out the description box there. You'll see the link to my Twitter. Hit me up there. Give me a follow. Also, you'll see the link to my PayPal if you'd be so kind to donate. But again, if you choose not to, don't worry about it. Because what I find most important is that you're here on my channel, enjoying my content. Hit up the comment sections. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everything you guys do. And I appreciate you enjoyed this video. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. And of course, everybody hit the like button and spread the word. So today, we're celebrating 10 years of Uncharted. 10 years ago today, the first chapter of an amazing franchise was launched on the PlayStation 3. Now, I'm not the only YouTube channel or PlayStation fan that's celebrating this. So many channels are talking about what they like about the game. They go in depth on the details of the stories and the characters and the gameplay and this amazing franchise that Naughty Dog created. But me, this is your boy Puerto'S 77. I go 60 frames, no lag. That's right. A little shout out to my podcast every Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern. But I'm going to go in a different route. I'm going to go beyond just celebrating a franchise. I want to talk about how this game, how this franchise was a pivotal part in saving the PlayStation 3 brand. Oh, that's right, people. You didn't think I was going to go there, did you? This game saved the brand, or at least was a key part in saving the brand. Because make no mistake, a lot of people are trying to live this alternative facts, trying to make it seem like PlayStation 3 was selling great at $600 just so they could use that as an agenda for a a console that is selling $500 right now. So let's take a trip back in time. See the things I was seeing. Let's reflect on my memories. As you see, when the PlayStation launched, it had a terrible, terrible time. Now, I know you can't hear the song, but I'll give the link. This song right here, which was called How to Kill Your Brand, over 7 million views. And this song, it was just pretty much described everything that was wrong about PlayStation. From the price, to the lackluster exclusives, to the lies Sony said, 4D graphics, and, 1080p at 120 FPS. This was just, a Blu-ray Blu-ray disc that people didn't even want. It was just a constant negativity behind the PS3. They called it the grill station, all that. People were just all over this console. And if things didn't get worse, you had Gabe Newell, one of the most respected developers in the industry, and it was at the height of his career because of Half-Life and Half-Life 2. He calls PS3 a disaster. He called the system the next Sega Saturn. Now, you could say, oh, Gabe Newell's just fanboying or whatever, media bias. No. He's a respected dude. But if that wasn't bad enough, June of 2009, the CEO of Activision said they have to cut the price because if they don't, the attach rates, number of games each console owner buys, are likely to slow. If we are being realistic, we might have to stop supporting Sony. When we look at 2010-11, we might want to consider if we support these consoles and the PSP. That's how terrible the PS3 was doing. That 3 years later, 3 years after launch, Activision, the creators of Call of Duty, one of the top IPs of that generation, might consider stop making not only Call of Duty, but any game for the platform. And yet, in the midst of all this, a little-known game, a game that didn't even get the finale of E3, because this wasn't like the end of the show game. It was just in the middle of the pack. A storm was brewing. A storm that was going to set a new age of narrative gaming, of great storytelling and enjoying great characters with beautiful graphics and great animation. Just a phenomenal job of production, taking production to the next level. And here we were witnessing this greatness, and we just couldn't see it because it was being overshadowed by the $599 price, or Ridge Racer, or killing giant enemy crabs, hit them in the weak spot for massive damage. Not once did we even consider that this right here was the part or the beginning of something greater, of probably one of the best franchises we were going to experience over the last decade. And here we're looking at it for the first time. Who would have known that this character, this unknown dude with a t-shirt and gun, was going to be a treasured and lost and a loved icon, Nathan Drake. But Nathan Drake did more than just save the world. He saved a preferred brand of console gaming. When the game launched in 2007, it received pretty good acclaim. 88 overall among 66 critics. But some of the things that held this game back was a game called Gears of War. Now, Gears of War was a game that came out a year before. And if you know anything about Gears of War, it was a phenom. It was also a third-person shooter of a different type. Gears of War was going for that hardcore multiplayer, hardcore shooting, but it was successful. When it launched in 2006, it was a beast, a massive beast. As you can see, 94 Metacritic. One of the best new multiplayer games of that generation. So when Uncharted released the following year with no multiplayer, no co-op, it kind of hurt the game. It did pretty good. And some people were impressed. Some people saw the animations, how smooth it was. Some people saw the graphics. They liked the production value, the voice acting. So they saw potential. But it just wasn't Gears of War. It wasn't that big phenom yet. So in the midst of all this, the sales, PS3 being overpriced, 360 having better games, Sony, how you killed your brand. All of this, Naughty Dog still kept working on it. Naughty Dog was getting ready for releasing the second chapter of this great franchise. And then in 2009, along with the PS3 Slim, Uncharted 2 Among Thieves came out. Rated at 96 among 105 critics. And at that time, it set the record for most Game of the Year awards winning. Surpassing Mario, Zelda, Half-Life, some of the greatest games of all time. And Uncharted surpassed them all. The game was a massive success. This was the game where the change happened. This was the game where Sony, or better yet, PlayStation 3 was now on the rise. This was the game that started the comeback that we all know PlayStation 3 experienced. So this is more than just celebrating Uncharted today. Today is more than just a celebration of a fantastic franchise. You are looking at a game that saved a platform, that made people give a second look on a console that everyone thought was dead. A console people was calling the Sega Saturn. A console where Gabe Newell said, "You need to do over, Sony." A console where a CEO of Activision said, "We may not support you." But this game was so phenomenal, so critically acclaimed. The production value and production levels beyond anything anyone has ever seen. This game is fantastic. And then to finish off the end of the gen, Another phenomenal. Now, some people say, hey, this isn't as good as 2, which is, is kind of hard to match when you're at the peak. But make no mistake, in 2011, Uncharted 3 was still one of the best games available in 2011. Phenomenal. So I say to you, to fans of PlayStation, to those who are celebrating 10 years of Uncharted, this is more than just celebrating a game. This is more than just celebrating Naughty Dog's work, their ethics, their ability to make great games. This is more than just a bunch of developers who have the ability to truly bring production level to movie level quality in a game. You're talking about a franchise that for the last 10 years helped a console make a comeback that was necessary so we can enjoy the brand that we love, so we can continue to enjoy the console that we enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, my friends, my family, my fellow gamers, you are looking at the game that saved the PS3. And to that, I want to thank Naughty Dog for everything they've done, for the heart they put in, the long hours that they spent to make such a phenomenal franchise over and over. And to Sony, we like to thank you for allowing these developers to do what they do best, which is create amazing experiences at amazing production levels with amazing storytelling. Uncharted. Happy 10th birthday. If you like what you've seen, hit up the comment section, hit the like button, tell me what you think. Do you agree that this game saved the PlayStation 3? Let me know. This is your boy Puerto'S 77, and I truly hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed my reflection of how I see Uncharted. There are many channels out there talking about Uncharted. They'll talk specifics about gameplay and stuff like that. But I think this is something different. I think people really have to recognize the franchise for what it is. And it's one of the saviors of PlayStation 3. Anyway, I'm out. You guys have a great night. Peace.